Hi guys, Daniel here. This is the review for the Barcelona versus Arsenal match in the UEFA Champions League. And I've got some mixed emotions in that game. One emotion is that I feel a couple of those players, especially the youngster that we have in Iwobi and players like El Nene and Welbeck, had a good game today and showed them that we do have some quality and potential out there. And the other emotion is I'm really disappointed with the scoreline and some of the players that we had in the lineup, and the form that we had going into this game, and some of the form that was showed in this game that was really disappointing. But yeah, we've lost 5-1 in aggregate. This match finished 3-1, courtesy of Suarez, Messi, and Neymar, MSN scoring today, and El Neni, who I thought was the man of the match today, scored a goal for us. Um, well, yeah, let's get into the game, shall we? The lineup I saw today, I really wasn't keen on it. I don't think leaving out Coquelin, I don't know what was wrong with him in the game, but leaving him out was quite a poor decision in my opinion. And because Firmini cannot play at all, and if Coquelin was injured, then that means that. And if he's injured for the next few matches in the Barclays Premier League, then it looks like we can be in real problem, and that could even jeopardise, fourth place, because Firmini is somebody who has lost his legs. He isn't fit enough to wear the Arsenal shirt anymore. Um, Even when he came back in 2013, I knew that he didn't have the quality that was needed. I know a lot of fans were excited to see him back, but no, well past it in his final years at AC Milan. Um, I think players like Sanchez, I thought Sanchez today had a poor game. I mean, he really wasn't effective today. I thought in the first half we had woeful passing. Our strikers need a lot of chances to score goals. Our forward players just did not look like they were going to score today. Welbeck uh, did his best. He tried to work hard. Um, Sanchez disappointed, had no effect. Just looked so predictable as he did when we played Watford. People say that that doesn't matter when he gives 110% every game with his work rate, but that doesn't count. He's a left winger and he needs to score goals. That's one of the main duties as a winger is score goals when the strikers are not performing to the best of their abilities. And I thought the defence was fragile again. Um, Messi again, just chipping it past the players, and I think it's so fragile. I mean, the first goal of Neymar, the way how he just got past everybody. I mean, it's not good enough. I mean, you bring in Gabriel to start ahead of Mertesacker, and once again, you see why Mertesacker starts ahead of Gabriel, because Gabriel isn't good enough. It's not even just not being able to speak English for Gabriel. It's the fact that it's he, his positional sense isn't good enough. I mean, he, he doesn't know how to mark properly as well. He seems sort of the Watford game. It's not good enough. And in the summer we got to look at that as well. But one thing that really stood out for me is the fact that today showed in that game at the Nou Camp that we need another forward, as in a central striker, because Giroud has been in terrible form. Daniel Welbeck has been good, but he hasn't been able to get score a brace or even a hat trick. And when he's not getting goals in, like today, we need another striker who can penetrate a Barcelona team, and that's what we needed. Yes, we did make decent movement, and yes, it may not seem like the score reflected the way the game was in terms of play, because Arsenal did show some signs of spirit. But Arsenal, it's the same old problems. Tactically, I don't think we were good enough today to um, only concede about at least one goal and then just get a draw out of the game. I don't think Arsenal defensively weren't good enough. There's nobody on the bench to come off and change the game and really penetrate Barcelona even more than what we were doing today. I mean, today showed that we do miss Cazorla because we need Cazorla back in there, who's done really well defensively and was really in form when we had him, which led us into a good run of games before he got injured. Again, the lineup was terrible. I mean, I don't see how Wenger's. It's like he's not learning. You go into a massive European fixture, which not only will help Arsenal but will help English football as a whole. Um, you know, I don't know how someone could be that arrogant and naive to think Firmino is good enough to start. I don't see people like Ferguson, Mourinho, or Simeone, Guardiola starting people. I know Guardiola lost to 2-0 today against Juventus or wherever the score was. I haven't got up to date with the scoreline yet. But I don't see any of them starting players up for me. I find it a disgrace that he's still getting into this team. Uh, what else? He will be done well, and I think Sanchez has got to look to himself and look to himself in dismay because he's not setting a good example for the youngsters in our team. He's been really poor. His scoring record recently has shown that when he came back from injury, he was ever since he's back from injury, he's been really poor. Don't know if that's been affected him, but overall really poor today from Sanchez. Like I said, only man in the match. Ospina couldn't do anything. I mean, they have world class finishers in their team. MSN scored all of them scored one goal. But yeah, what else? Our fullbacks couldn't do much as well. I don't think the fullbacks had a good game, to be honest. Honestly, I think they had quite an average game. But even though you, even though you're coming up against the best players in the world, in Suarez, Neymar, and Messi, you've got to put a bit of shift in. I mean, over the years, you've seen big teams like United and Chelsea do it, and I'm just wondering, well, when will Arsenal be able to do it, and not just be able to do it, but get through to the further stages past the round of 16? Because that's what Arsenal fans want to see. We want to do well in the European Cup. We want to win the Champions League. If we don't do it in the next, I don't know, 5 years, then I don't know when we're going to do it. It's going to take years and maybe even decades for us to win the European Cup. And we don't want that because then the English teams above us will, well, sorry, the English teams around us will, become far bigger than us, and that's what we don't need. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching this review. I'll be back for the preview for the next Barclays Premier League fixture. So, but yes, one competition out of reach now. Only one competition left, which looks quite unrealistic for us to win. In the Premier League, of course. But yeah, I'm going to still be doing the remaining match previews and other special features that are being requested by you guys. And yeah, I'll be back on Friday. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you then. Right.